This conference will now be recorded.
It is 6 o'clock on April 21st. This is Ryan Aronouth, Chair of the Stratford Historic District Commission, calling the meeting to order. In attendance, we have, we've got Commissioners Ticky, Commissioner Smith, Commissioner Merwin, Commissioner Booth, or alternate Commissioner Booth, who will be acting as a voting member tonight. We also have Secretary Judy Cleary, and we have one other attendee who's identified as Ben Burnett on my screen. This is a special meeting of the Historic District Commission to consider an application at 49 Academy Hill Terrace. There was a motion previously laid on the table, and would entertain a motion to take it off the table.
I'll move we take it off the table.
All right. I think Commissioner Smith made the motion. Commissioner Ticky seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Raise your hand.
Aye.
Unanimously passes to take the motion off, take the application off the table.
Be on this meeting though, okay. Give me a second.
At our previous meeting, we heard from the homeowner. I would just quickly ask if there's anybody present who wants to speak for or against the application from the public. Hearing no comments from the public, we can now move to consider the application before us. Do any of the commissioners have any comments or questions?
Yeah, I wasn't at this meeting, I guess, where this was tabled. Maybe you could just give me a 1-minute summary of where we are.
So this is an application for a solar panel installation on the home at 49 Academy Hill Terrace. Challenge we had, just in transparency, is that the public notice had the address off by 1 digit. So this is we heard from the homeowner and from the installation company. The panels, which are very low profile panels, are going to be placed on the rear facing roof of the home. It will be minimally visible to public, and there was also discussion around the location of the solar panel box that needs to sit with the near the electric meter. And there was discussion with the homeowner and the installation company about ensuring that that installation of the box and panel would be minimally visible on the side, placed on the side of the house, if I remember correctly. Is that?
Yeah, that's correct. This is Ben Burnett. I'm with Savcast Solar. I logged in to help represent the homeowner here. If you guys do have any technical questions or whatnot, but yes, that all sounded accurate. That the necessary utility equipment is all going to go on the same wall, right next to the meter, basically.
So this house is kind of on a corner, and so there's I guess some roof line that is not visible as you walk around that corner, I guess, or not very visible anyway. Is that right?
Correct. It's minimal. It's minimal. It's minimized.
Yeah, I don't know if they can share the photos, but Tony, the solar panels were very close to the roof. They were actually probably the most streamlined that I've seen come up before the commission. And so when you turn the corner, the impact there, I don't know, maybe Ben can chime in on how far above the roof they sit, but they were pretty flush with the roof.
Yeah, with the SunPower product that we work with, their panels, they have their own special mounting hardware called InvisiMount. It's basically meant to hide any of the nuts and bolts up there. Basically, you don't see there's no rails hanging off the edges or clamps in between the panels that are visible in any way. And yeah, it's a very low profile system. You're probably talking 2-3 inches of space above the roof.
Hmm. But
And
as you
the other way
come
I would
down,
look at it, the other way I look at it, Tony, is that when you turn the corner,
yeah.
you're now looking at, while the rear roof might be somewhat visible, it's visible similar to the way a side roof would be visible from a straight, like a street view. If you think about, the
Hmm.
angle of the roof is going to be, so if you're on the side of the house, you're now looking at the the back roof, but from the side, not facing the street.
Ryan, I think that where you might want to say it is that the side of the house has the gable end of the roof.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
basically, the back half, which is south facing, is where the solar panels are going to be, and that basically faces towards the neighbor's house. So from street level, when you're at the level of the street, the angle that you look up, you can't really see what's on top of the roof.
Yep.
I'm looking at, well, I know that corner, and I'm just looking at the street view right now on Google. I mean, if you're on that sidewalk, if you're at the dead end on Academy Hill Terrace and you walk down that sidewalk, you can see that roof pretty well,
Yep. You'll
right?
be
This
able
is
to
the
see.
roof. This is the roof with the gables, and there'll be solar panels on both sides of the gables.
Uh,
The roof has two gables, correct?
Right. Yep.
White
And the
House.
so- yep.
Yeah.
And the solar panels would be on both sides.
Yep. I can
To
remember.
the right of the gables and to the left of the gables, there'd be solar panels.
And do you
yeah,
remember?
am I able to share my screen? I can try to pull a copy of the design up.
You should be able to. Let
Hold
me
on,
see if
it's
I have.
loading here.
So while you're doing that, Tony, I guess what I'd say is it's going to be visible from if you're on that street, the
Yeah.
same way that the houses that we've approved solar panels on side roofs on Judson and others are visible from the street as you're walking up or down them.
Yeah. I see your point. Right. Right. So we've already approved. Let me just get it in my mind straight. So you're right. We've approved side roofs. I realize that, not street facing roofs. But of course, as
Correct.
you walk down a street, you're going to see the side of the house. I mean,
Correct.
yeah. Hmm. Right. And then
Are,
and
are you
these
guys
solar
able to
panel.
see my screen?
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah,
see
that's
it.
good.
Although I don't know what it means, but maybe you can help us.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of small to me, but the basically it's showing you the two arrays around the
I
dormers there
see.
on
Right.
the
Hmm.
left and then on the right hand side. And then for like a satellite reference, this is what so there's
Right.
the array here that I think the chimney or something is popping up right there. That is the reason for the one open spot there.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I should say, in full disclosure, I mean, this is relevant, that the homeowner, one of the homeowners on that street, contacted me about this, which I guess is a legitimate. He's not at the meeting, and expressed concern that you can see these from the sidewalk. He lives more down towards the cul-de-sac,
Mm.
and this is true that you can see them. But on the other hand, that's true again, it's true for the other decisions we've made too, for
Yeah.
allowing panels on side roofs. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've been
Okay,
making efforts to be to minimize the impact,
right,
recognizing that there's no way to completely
right.
eliminate it.
Well, one can imagine a house that maybe has a backyard with trees, like around it or something, and then no one can see the panels in the backyard from the street. Here, the backyard kind of faces in an odd way, kind of down the street in a way.
Yeah.
Um, and can you say a little more about these panels? Like you say these are especially low to the roof or something, or very, very thin, or you said something along those lines. That was Ben.
Yeah, I can show you some some installation photos here possibly. Let's see. That's not where I want to go. But yeah, the mounting system that we use which is proprietary to SunPower here, is called InvisiMount. It's meant to basically conceals all the hardware, the nuts and bolts, the clamps that normally are often visible in between the panels, holding them up, on the rail that's underneath. All the hardware that is used is black, so it's attached underneath the system, so it keeps it very concealed on there. Let's see, we can find. I mean, I can kind of. I don't know if I've been on here. There you go. How's that a beautiful picture there? Let's go to the better one. Like here's an example of one from kind of up above. So all the rail is flush underneath the arrays on the sides, and the hardware that's holding it down in between is all concealed underneath the panel basically, and yeah, it's very low profile. Here's one that's kind of a little bit of side angle. So you can kind of see how it's nice and low to the roof there.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. That's helpful.
Mm-hmm. Bit of a side angle.
Very good. Those are very helpful pictures.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any other questions? I'll entertain any motions commissioners want to make.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to accept the certificate as presented.
All right, we have a motion to accept. Is there a second?
I second it.
Commissioner Merwin. All those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The motion passes unanimously. The application is approved. We will pass that along to the building department as well. Appreciate, Mr. Burnett, you're joining the meeting tonight, and appreciate all the commissioners jumping on for a special meeting. Unless there's any other discussions, I'm entertaining a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a
I'll second.
Second. All right, all those in favor? Aye.
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 We are adjourned. Thank you
Have a
very
good night.
much.
Brian, have a
Thank you,
good night.
guys.
Aye.
Thank
Who
you.
seconded?
Right.
Who
I think
seconded?
Commissioner Smith.
Smith? Okay. Thank you.
Bye, Judy.